But this election campaign, let's switch to that. It's not just really about, defence and economics. It's also about values, or it should be. And one value I wish there was a debate about is this new sick obsession with dividing us by race, this new racism, where it's now a shame to be white and status now to be anything but. Amazing example on Thursday, couldn't believe it. Bob Katter, the independent federal MP from Queensland, he caused havoc on the ABC that night by claiming he was actually Aboriginal, which he then used as a moral weapon to harangue the others.
You won't give my mob the right to own a piece of land. Why would you refuse a person because he's black living in a black community the right to own a piece of land? And everyone on earth has a bear. If we have a bear, we blackfellas, we then can't, we get a criminal charge.
And not a single person on the panel said, Bob, seriously, Aboriginal? You're just claiming to be Aboriginal to bully people, bully even the poor host, David Speers, who didn't say a word back.
And we were almost annihilated as a race of people, we Australians. I come from Cloncurry and I'm dark. I'm one of the Curry mob, And we made a hell of a bad mistake 250 years ago letting you white fellas in.
Now, this is the first time that Bob Katter has played this race card to intimidate a left-wing crowd at the ABC. He also did it 5 years ago and again on Q&A.
I identify as a blackfella on odd occasions, and I'll identify this time as a blackfella. We are the most land-rich people on earth, we blackfellas in Australia, and we are not allowed to use it. Give us some credit.
This stuff works an absolute treat. It's brilliant. No one dares now contradict someone like Bob. I mean, why can't he call himself Aboriginal when the ABC has for years promoted writer Bruce Pascoe as Aboriginal too, and every one of his ancestors are in fact of English descent, according to genealogical records that I've seen.
My name is Bruce Pascoe and I'm Bunurong, Panalapana and Ewan.
No, Bruce Pascoe is not Aboriginal, and nor is Katter by any publicly available evidence. In fact, his father's father signed a stat dec saying he was born in what is now Lebanon. Not that Katter likes being reminded of that.
No, he's not. He's an Australian. And I resent strongly you describing him as Lebanese. That is a racist comment.
But which of Katter's ancestors, if any of them are supposedly Aboriginal, not even Katter knows. 9 years ago he said, I'm not too sure where my racial background has come from, but I am not going to argue if someone calls me a blackfella. And why would he argue when being Aboriginal on the ABC gives him licence to lord it over the others? But all this does make me ask, again, so if Katter's Aboriginal, how easy is the ABC to fool when a white man says he's black? And how many others get away with doing a Katter?